There we are. Hi, I'm Crystal, the Playful Trainer. Welcome to the Playful Life podcast. I am so happy that you're joining me here live on Ron Harlow Media. And I will be honest, I am a little bit behind schedule. It's 9 o'clock instead of 8 because I have been sort of playing around with a new platform that I'm trying, something called StreamYard. And I have been on here for half an hour. I just did this for no one because I didn't realize that I hadn't actually gone live with the broadcast. So now we're good because I see that I am on Facebook and everything is all good. That's okay, right? I got a practice run. All good. So today we're talking about what the health. What are my 3 pillars for success for your health? So I'm going to be a little bit honest. Today it's just like one of those days I feel like I might have woken up on the wrong side of the bed a little bit. It's a bit gloomy out and it's early. And last night before bed, my husband and I kind of binged on this series we saw on Netflix, and it ended a little bit depressing and it left me feeling a little bit sad. And I went to bed and got up this morning and there we go. I was still still kind of down a little bit about it and just thinking about the people from the docuseries and that this happened to in real life, and just sort of just had a little bit of a downer moment this morning. So I didn't want this to like transcend into the whole rest of my day. So I did a few things this morning to kind of perk myself up and get going for this podcast. One of those things was practicing gratitude. So I do this every day. I grab my gratitude journal and I just started listing all the things that I am grateful for today. And there's a lot of things. I'm healthy, my family is healthy, and I've got a roof over my head and I've got water and food and coffee. So, life can't be that bad if there's coffee, right? So, just being grateful is really a good way to flip your day around and to really just focus on the things that you do have. And, I said some prayers for the people from that documentary just to put out there to God, just to take care of them, and just to do whatever I could to help that situation from my home here in Indiana. And I also put on some good tunes. So I was telling Mark, my husband, last night, I was like, I had a silent disco today, and he's like, what the heck is a silent disco? And because we're on such opposite schedules, sometimes in the morning I want to have a dance party. So I put my little headphones in, my earbuds, on my phone, and I kind of just dance around. And I guess a silent disco is a term for like you could have a room full of people, and if you're trying to like keep the volume down, everybody has like earbuds in, and they could be all listening to different songs, but people are just kind of like dancing and having their own disco, but it's silent because like no one else can hear the music they're playing. So I love that term. I want to figure out how we could do like a silent disco, like Facebook party or something, because I think that would be really, really fun, like to do a Zoom or something. And just broadcast like people dancing and being goofy in their homes. So anyway, those are the couple things that I have done to kind of raise my vibe up today and get ready for this podcast. So I want to talk to you about my 3 pillars for success. And they're probably not something that you've never heard before, but I'm going to go into a little bit of detail on each one and how you can start applying these to your life today and make this super, super simple for your life and for your success and your health. So the first one I'm going to talk about is nutrition. So when I talk about nutrition, it's basically just what you're eating, right? So if your nutrition is, fries and burgers, then that is what we call like poor nutrition, right? Because you're not really getting a lot of leafy greens and vegetables and, fruits and good stuff in your diet. If you are subscribing to what we call the SAD, the Standard American Diet, I don't know if you've ever heard that term before, but honestly, guys, there's a lot of people that probably don't even understand what good nutrition is. So it's so important to just keep it simple. And here is a little tip. I'm going to try and share my screen. Oh, like that. Oh, hello. I've got something. Guys, I've already done this before and it's like still, okay, share screen. Got it. Okay. So we're going to go here and then I'm going to pull this up. So hopefully you can see this. Yes. Very good. Okay. So when you're looking at a plate, it is very important to sort of divide this plate into 3 sections. So this is the simplest way, guys, that I can explain this. And it's something that you can do today when you, go to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So you're going to take your plate and you're going to just divide it down the middle. You can do this with a noodle where you could just kind of eyeball it. But half your plate here is going to be non-starchy vegetables. So that's like leafy greens, broccoli, spinach, what else? Cauliflower. So the things that you might think are vegetables, like beans, so like black beans, chickpeas, those are actually considered starches and carbohydrates. So you want to make sure that you get a list of vegetables. If you want, I can send something like that to you, but vegetables that are actually truly vegetables and have a good amount of vitamins, minerals, calcium, and all that good stuff that vegetables often have. So you want to make sure that half of your plate is non-starchy vegetables. And then you're going to come on the other side of the plate and divide that into half. So sometimes I even like to divide this into like a peace sign on this side. So like I'm even dividing this part in half, but that's just me. So for now, just go ahead and divide this other section into 2 sections. And we've got our lean protein over here. So these look like scallops. That looks delicious, actually. I know some people don't like seafood, but I love scallops. And I don't know, they're putting tomatoes with that too. So they're sneaking in some like fruits on that side. So I like that. So then we've got on this part here is your grains and starchy vegetables. So like if you wanted to put carrots or beans or sweet potatoes, squash of some kind, those are like your more starchy vegetables. Or if you want to stick with grains or some kind of just complex carbohydrate, you could do quinoa, brown rice, wild rice, whole wheat pasta, something of that nature. So you've got half the plate is your non-starchy vegetables, half of this side is your lean protein, and the other half is your complex carbohydrate. So pretty simple there. There we go. I'm back. Cool. This is cool, guys. I like this platform. Awesome. So moving into, we'll come back to that in just a second, but that's just the simplest way, guys, that I can explain how to start getting better nutrition in your day. And if you are like, hey, I don't like vegetables, I've never been a broccoli eater, I don't like Brussels sprouts, like yuck, gag, we need to find some creative ways for you to get vegetables in your diet because they are so important. I'm going to start posting some recipes on here and some really simple and easy ways that I cook vegetables that, like, guys, if you taste these, they're like amazing. You're going to start craving vegetables. That's the one kind of interesting thing. I noticed that about 6 months ago when I started really training and focusing my nutrition and stuff for the pageant, I just gave up like sugars and alcohol and things like that. So, I don't eat like a lot of desserts and, like, every once in a while I'll treat myself because everything in moderation, even moderation. So, but I don't like really eat the way I did. So my palate has changed, and I had this powder. It's like a greens powder. I don't know if you've ever had like a greens powder, but it's basically like a powder that you dump in water and you shake it up and you drink it, and it's got like all your greens for the day. So like, all this good stuff like spinach and algae and spirulina and just like anything, like you'd have to eat like a mound of vegetables to get like this amount of greens, right? But usually like that stuff's like totally yuck to me. Like when I drink it, I'm like, oh, this is terrible. So I had this greens powder sitting in my cabinet for like probably a year because I bought it and I was like, I'm going to drink greens. And then when I tasted it, it was like so awful. I was like, this is gross. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it in this cabinet. So I pulled it out maybe like a month ago and I was like, I'm going to try this again because everybody that I, follow on, all these health experts were like, you should be drinking greens and stuff. And so I was like, all right, I think I've got something like that in my pantry. So I pulled it out and I made myself a little drink and I was like, oh my gosh, it tasted so much better to me. It was crazy. Like I was like, actually liked it. I was like, this is delicious. It was nuts. So I honestly think that it doesn't take that long to retrain your taste buds. So if you start giving up some of those like really starchy things or processed sugars and processed foods, like the greens, the vegetables are going to have so much more flavor and they're going to taste so much better to you that you might like just become a vegetable fanatic. So it can happen and it did happen to me and that was super, super cool. So moving on, pillar number 2 is exercise. So again, this one can be sort of misleading sometimes when we talk about exercise. It doesn't have to mean that you're like totally just killing yourself at the gym and, running 10 miles and, doing like something like really, really hard cardio or something in your basement, right? Exercise can be anything that gets you out and moving, anything that gets your heart rate up, anything that gets your muscles all woken up and your blood flowing and your oxygen flowing through your body. So I don't know if you remember, but I had Aaron Hedges, my friend, on the podcast a couple months ago, and he's had a huge transformation. And Jeff, you're so funny. Yeah, actually, if it gets your heart rate up and you can keep your heart rate up for a long enough duration of time, that can actually count as exercise. Hi, Sasha. Oh, this is so cool. I can actually see who's on here and I'm on my StreamYard platform. So guys, that can be anything. When Aaron started, he would like turn the bath water on for his kids or whatever and do like just a couple of push-ups on the bathtub or a couple of squats or, 2 jumping jacks. So if you are like the person who has never exercised before, you probably shouldn't expect to like get into a routine and be, doing it every day and be able to do like burpees and, all these crazy jumps and stuff. Like that's probably not going to work for you. You're probably going to hate it and you're probably going to stop and it's not going to be effective. So, just getting out and going for a walk for like 15 minutes, that's cool. What I started doing just kind of a little bit extra here and there during the day, I was like, you know what? There's probably some downtime where I could be doing something else, So when I boil my coffee in the morning to make my French press, I started doing like some squats, I call them ballerina squats. They're like plies, kind of a dance move. And I started doing like push-ups on my countertop. So that's been cool. And then anytime I sit down for a meal or anytime I sit down like at my kitchen table, yes, Jeff, you got it. And more green vegetables. Don't forget that. So I don't know, marry the 2. You'll be doing all right. So, hey, how's it going, Bilal? So just anytime you can add a little burst in, like I said, whenever I sit down at my kind of kitchen table, my dining room table, I do some tricep dips. So you may have seen me do those in a video before. So just a little extra work on my triceps and guys, it kind of adds up, right? And I was like so surprised that I've noticed a little bit more definition in my arms since I started doing this 2 weeks ago. And I was like, it didn't really change the exercise routine that I do during the morning. I just added these little bursts in throughout the day. So again, find exercise that works for you and do more of it, right? And eat more greens on your plate. So moving into the third pillar, I have mindset. So, like, this is such a buzzword, right? Everybody talks about mindfulness and mindset and meditation and all these things. And of course, I come at it with a playful mindset. So, whatever you can do to be playful, whatever that means to you, really start, thinking about your health in a positive way. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Sasha. So she says she's doing push-ups while she's making her coffee. That's great. And stretching after a shower. Yes. Oh, that's so good. Perfect. Yes. And like, that's all you need. Just start there. And then, like, little by little, you're going to be like, I'm ready for more, And then when you're ready for more, your body's going to be stronger because you've already been implementing some of these things already. So, and that's kind of part of your mindset too, right? Is having the confidence to go out and tackle more. And a lot of that confidence for me has come from having a group, having people surround me that are also focused on the same goal and moving in the same direction. All right. Well, thanks, Jeff. You have a good day too. Thanks for joining us on here. So mindset, I have a playful mindset, and I want to be able to play and have a fun life and be able to do the things that are, on my heart, all the dreams, all the travel, all of the, adventure, all the things that I want to discover in life. And what it comes down to is just good health is what's going to get you there, right? Because you can have all the money in the world and all the time in the world, but if you are not, living a healthy, good lifestyle, then, you might not be able to get around and actually do those things that you want to be able to do. So, I always come back to, what is it that I want to do? How do I want to play in my life? And how does my health and wellness fit into that? So, that's going to look different for everybody. And it may be very different for you than it is for me. And, I know not everybody's, training to compete in a beauty pageant. So, your goals might be very different from my goals, specific goals. But in general, we're all just moving towards the same goal, the better health. So with that, I encourage you to find other people who are on this journey with you. I really, really stress this, but it's so, so important that you can get, on the train with everybody going to the same destination. And I have an accountability group that I am starting on May 4th, and I would love to put you in there. I have a couple spots left, but it's really cool because it's all on Facebook, and we keep each other accountable every day. And we're posting in there about good recipes, easy things that we can follow, daily exercise, just sort of like checking in with each other. Like, did we exercise today? What do we do today? And it has been so, so helpful for me because I lost 5 pounds in like 21 days. And guys, I had been at a plateau for months. I had been, training hard at the gym before that closed, and, training at home, and, really counting calories, and becoming really, kind of obsessive in an unhealthy way. And so this was really good for me to get with a group of people who, could support me and sort of really help me with the mental part of it, because I have a history of getting very caught up in dieting and weight loss. And so I really needed to just stay focused on the playfulness, stay focused on the healthy part of it. And I'm so much more energized. I feel like my health is better. I'm staying healthy, and my immune system is good. So it's important to just have a group of people around you. So I want to offer that to you if you're interested in jumping in that group. I do have a couple spots left. So we are starting on Monday, May 4th. So that's this Monday coming up. So there's still time to get in there, guys. If you want to drop a comment in here or message me on Facebook, you can find me at The Playful Trainer, or on Instagram, The Playful Trainer. or you can email me, crystal@theplayfultrainer.com, or visit my website and my blog, and we can get you connected and get you in that group and get you started towards your goals. So again, let's just review 3 pillars for success: your nutrition. Notice I didn't say diet, I said nutrition, because we're not looking at this as a diet. We're looking at it as a lifestyle comprehensively. Your exercise, which can be anything that just gets you out and moving. So exercise, movement, same thing, right? And of course, your mindset. So I am really, really happy that this worked out. Thanks to Ron Harlow Media and all of our awesome sponsors. If I haven't mentioned some of them already: Dr. Tori's Dental Shop, Just Serendipity, Humane Indiana, Big Frank's Sausage, Springer Realty, Theater at the Center. We've got some really, really good sponsors here at Ron Harlow Media. And of course, we'd love to have you as a sponsor if you get a lot out of what we offer here. And don't forget to watch Ron. He's on every evening from 4 to 6 on your drive home from work. You might be making dinner. Just put his podcast on. He's going to inform you about what's going on in the region. And he gets great guests on his show, guys. He like people from like SNL and TV shows, and like people in the region that are movers and shakers. Like, he gets them on his show. So you definitely want to check out Ron's Make My Day podcast, 4 o'clock every day. Erin Ellis, she's got the Cheeky Mom show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Super, super fun. She is like one of the most crazy fun people I have ever met. And she just has really great content on her show as well. Matt Baker, you can check him out here too on Ron Harlow Media. He's got some information for your finances, and he takes care of your financial health. So we're all about health here, health and wellness on Ron Harlow Media. So thanks again for joining me. I am excited that this works, and I can like invite guests and do side-by-side interviews here. So next week I do hope to have a guest. I have a couple people in the next coming weeks that I'm going to have on the show. So I appreciate you being here with me. Thank you all. Be healthy, stay healthy, and stay playful.